Yogis are observing 5 Upadana, 5 aggregates subject to clinging as impermanence, suffering, and non-self. There are 5 aggregates. Rupa is Rupa aggregates. Vedana is feeling aggregates. Sanya is perception aggregates. Vijnana is consciousness aggregates. And remaining 15 mental states are collectively called Sankharakkhanda volitional formation aggregates. So among the 50 mental states, we finish Phasa, Chedana, Ekagata, Jivitanariya, Manasikara, Vitaka, Vichara, Adimokha, and Viriya. So Viriya is very important. Without Viriya, we cannot come to the center. We cannot practice meditation seriously. The characteristics of Viriya is supporting, exertion, and marshalling. The function is to support its associated states. With the help of Viriya, the associated states can be on the object. So they are reinforced by this Viriya or mental energy. How manifest to the yogis? Manifestations of Viriya is non-collapse. That means when something is supported, it does not collapse. When a house becomes old and shaky, you put some timbers to support it, to reinforce it. Viriya is something like that. The proximate cause of Viriya is sense of urgency, samvega, or ground for arousing energy. That is anything that starts you to vigorous action. Sometimes we have what are called ground for arousing energy. Let us say someone, he has something to do tomorrow. So today he will practice meditation. When he is doing that something tomorrow, he won't be able to practice. So he will practice today. He have to practice today because tomorrow he have something to do. So today is the best. Today he have to practice something like this. Then after doing that job, while he was doing that job, he couldn't practice meditation. Now that it is finished, it is time for him to practice meditation. So he encouraged himself, taking some situation as encouragement. It is called the ground for arousing energy. When there are grounds for arousing energy, yogi arouse the energy. The grounds for energy is said to be proximate cause for virya. So it is karma. Karma is something to do. Another one is mega. Mega is the trip. So you have to go somewhere. You have some appointment. So today you have to practice, because if you travel, you cannot practice totally. So today you have to practice. And after traveling, during the vacation or something, travel a lot of time already gone. During the trip, you have not too much practice. So you have to practice now, because during the trip, you have not too much time to practice. There is a mega. Mega is the travel or trip. Another thing is gilinya. Gilinya is health, health, health situation. Now you recover from your sickness. During your sickness, you have not too much practice, not too much, not have chance to practice meditation. So now you just recover. This time is to practice. This time is the right time to practice. Another situation is he is diagnosed with some sickness. Maybe unfortunately, the sickness will increase. When the sickness increasingly developed, he will have trouble. He will be struggle. So this is the right time to practice. Another thing is benda. Benda, nutritious food. Sometimes situation is not good and nutritious food is not available. So in this case, be contented. Whatever is available, I have to be contented. And it is time to practice. Just take the meal, take the food for my health to practice. If there's no plenty of food, nutritious food, just be contented with the with the presence, and then try to practice meditation. And sometimes the foods are so nutritious, plenty of foods to choose. Now here, the foods are nutritious and good for the yogis. So breakfast and lunch are totally suitable for the yogis. So yogis are very contented with the food. And after having breakfast and lunch, yogi have more energy. And it is time to practice meditation because everything is favorable. So these are the ground for energy to develop. For the lazy person, I have to travel, so I have no time to practice. After traveling, lazy person will complain, I am very tired. I have no strength to practice meditation, so he do not practice. So he cannot get anything. And mega travel, I have to travel, so I have to prepare many things. I have no time to practice meditation, so he do not practice, and he lose the chance to get the Dhamma. And after traveling, he said very tired, so I have to re-energize. So he don't practice meditation. And then another topic is Gilinya. I just recover. I have no strength to practice. So he do not practice. And if the person diagnosed with some sickness, he very depressed and very discouraged, so he do not practice. He give up meditation. So that is the lazy person. And if the nutritious food are not available, he complain a lot. And because of the lack of nutritious food, he do not practice meditation. So he do not get anything. After having nutritious food completely, he said, it is time to relax. It's time to rest after having meal. So he do not practice meditation. So he do not get anything. So here, commentary mentioned the grounds for energy is said to be the proximate cause for virya, energy. Just as new timbers added to an old house prevent it from collapsing, just as a strong reinforcement enables the king's army to defeat the enemy. So energy upholds and supports all the associated states and does not allow them to recede, to reduce. So long as there is energy, so long as there is virya, yogi will never give up. In the Bujinga Sutta, Buddha encouraged virya sambujinga, never give up, never give up. So yogi will not drop out once energy is low or once energy is non-existent. then he will fall away from meditation. So Viriya energy is very important. It is one of the mental faculties. You are developing these mental faculties regarding the practice of meditation. There are 5 mental factors that are especially important in the practice of meditation. Viriya is one. Saddha, faith in the practice is one. Sati, mindfulness is one. Samadhi, concentration, and wisdom. So other mental factors that are very important in the practice of meditation. Energy, viriya is one of the mental faculties which yogi have to arouse and develop, especially during the intensive practice of meditation. We encourage ourselves reciting Atapi Sambhajano Satima Vinaya Loke Beja Dominasam, because energy is to burn our mental defilements. Sometimes it is called Atapa. Buddha used the word again and again. Kaya Kaya Nupasi Viharati Atapi Vedana Suvena Nupasi Atapi, etc. Atapi Sambhajano Satima. That means yogi having effort or making effort. It is called Atapa. Atapa means heat. It heats up. Heats up means your atapa, your viriya burns up the mental defilements. When there is atapa, when there is viriya, mental defilements are burned up. So it is very important in the practice of intensive retreat. So the next factor is piti. It is translated as joy, happiness, sense, pleasurable interest, and rapture. It is one of the jhana factors. Piti is not feeling. Piti has the characteristics of endearing. Its characteristics endearing the associated mental states. When there is piti, your mind is happy, your mind is elated. So the functions of piti is to refresh your mind and body. When there is piti, you are refreshed. Yogi enjoy a lot of piti when your meditation is good. And the functions of piti is to pervade, to thrill with rapture. When yogi really experience piti, your whole body feels like it is soaked in oil or in water. The mind and body, namarupa, is its proximate cause, because when there is no mind and body, piti cannot arise. So nama and rupa, mind and body, are said to be its proximate cause. So another one is chanda, desire. Formerly it was translated as condition. So desire or condition, we don't know which is better. It is a simple desire or mere will to do. It is not desire as attachment, as craving, as lust. Chanda here is desire to act, desire to perform an action. These kinds of desire must be distinguished from desire in the reprehensible sense. That is from lobha, greed, and raga or lust. When we want to be specific, we use kamachanda. You know 5 mental hindrances. Kamachanda, nivarana. Kamachanda is one of the 5 mental hindrances. Kamachanda means lobha. Here chanda is neutral or it is variable. When it is with akusala, unwholesome, it is akusala, unwholesome. When it is with kusala, wholesome, chanda is kusala, wholesome. So it is just a mere will to do. So the characteristics of chanda is desire to act. Its function is searching for an object. The manifestation is need for an object, and the same object is proximate cause. Because without an object, consciousness cannot arise. Mental factors cannot arise. So it should be regarded as the stretching forth of the mind's hand towards the object. It is compared to a man stretching out his hand to pick up an arrow. An archer, when he wants to shoot, pick up an arrow from the quiver. He is not attached to the arrow. He does not want to keep the arrow. He wants the arrow so he can shoot. So chanda is like that. It is just the mere will to do. So here it is not attachment, it is not lust. Sometimes we use the word dhammachanda. That means you desire to practice Dhamma, you desire for Nirvana. So these are called Bhakinaka, occasional. Now you see in the paper, ethically variable 13, universal 7, occasional 6, occasional Bhakinaka. We finish all 13, we finish. So they will arise only when some types of consciousness, not all. So 7 universal, and 6 occasional. It makes 13 mental factors. So these mental factors are called Inyasamana. Inyasamana 13 you see, ethically variable. Ethically variables. That means these mental factors go along with both kusala and akusala. They go along with kusala wholesome and akusala unwholesome. So among the 13, you see vitaka, vichara, piti, ekagata. So yogi are developing a concentration when your mindfulness getting strengthened because of your good right effort. Mindfulness produce, and when mindfulness comes, concentration developed. So when yogi have good concentration, when yogi reach jhana, these factors will come together, come along. These are vitaka, vichara, piti, ekagata, and sukha is one. So 5 factors will come. So we go to the concentration or jhana factors. So if we go jhana factor, jhana, what is jhana? Close observation with fixed attention is called jhana. Jhana here we are practicing concentration. So in the Satipatthana Sutta, Buddha said, what is right concentration? So in this teaching, yogis is detached from all desire. Yogi give up everything during this intensive retreat. You give up your business, you give up all the duties of your families. A yogi is detached from all desire. A yogi trying to practice meditation. A yogi is free from all akusala, all nivaranas. At that moment, yogi enters into the first stage of jhana, first stage of absorption. So in the first stage of jhana, it is accompanied by vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, and ekagata. So jhana means you do not allow your mind to wander, and you have your mind fixed on a single object to remain tranquilized. So in Abhidhamma, there are five jhana, and in Sutanda, there are four jhana. So you can look at your paper, page number 2. So what is jhana? Jhana means observing closely and thoroughly is called jhana. There are 2 kinds of jhana, samatha jhana and vipassana jhana. What is samatha jhana? Samatha jhana is only observing a fixed object is called samatha jhana. Now you are practicing vipassana. In the practice of vipassana, your vipassana jhana is you observe the 3 characteristics. It is called vipassana jhana. So according to Abhidhamma, there are 5 jhana. Vitaka, the first jhana have 5 factors. Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. And number 2 is second jhana. Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. 4 factors are there. So in the third jhana, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata, 3 factors. And fourth jhana, there are 2 factors, Sukha and Ekagata. And the fifth jhana, Upekha and Ekagata, 2 factors. So that is according to Abhidhamma. According to Abhidhamma. So need to remember the factors in the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth jhana. So can you follow me? In the first jhana, there are 5 factors. Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. In the second jhana, there are 4 factors. Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. In the third jhana, there are 3 factors. Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. In the fourth jhana, there are 2 factors. Sukha and Ekagata. In the fifth jhana, there are 2 factors, Upekha and Ekagata. So 5 jhana, 5 jhana, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Fifth. So this is according to Abhidhamma. In the Sutanta, there are only just 4. Number 2 is not there in Sutanta. Sutanta. So in the first jhana, Vitaka, you direct your mind towards an object and thinking of the meditation object. That is initial application. Vichara is sustained application or repeated investigation on the object which has manifested. At that moment, your mind have rapture because of free from mental hindrances. Rapture, thrilling joys will come, and there will come happiness and pleasant feeling, because there is ekagata, whiteness of calm mind. So when there are 5 factors, it is called first jhana. So in the Sutanta method, there is no second jhana. There number 3 is called second jhana. So in the second jhana, or in the Abhidhamma number 3, there is no Vitaka and Vichara. Vitaka and Vichara are not in that jhana. Only 3 factors, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. So it's from second jhana. And that jhana is, there is no Piti, there is just only Sukha and Ekagata. In the Sutanta, it is that jhana. In the Abhidhamma, it is 4th jhana. So in the Sutanta, the 4th jhana, Sukha is replaced by Upekha. So that Upekha and Ekagata form the two factors of the fourth jhana. So these four types of jhana may be higher mundane jhanas. Mundane jhanas known as rupavachara, material, and arupavachara, immaterial jhanas. All supramundane jhana accompanied by the Megacita noble path consciousness. So the supramundane jhana concentration is the part of noble right concentration proper. And mundane jhana's concentration can be called the path of right concentration if it forms the basis for the development of vipassana. So in the Masatipatthana Sutta, Buddha mentioned concentration in terms of jhana. So some people say that vipassana can be developed only when you achieve purifications of mind, when you attain, after attaining jhana concentration. If you have no jhana concentration, your mind is not purified, so vipassana cannot be developed. So they mention like this. So Mahasi Sayadaw mentioned that it is one-sided dogmatic view. It is one-sided view. If you have upachara samadhi, excess concentration, you have the capacity to suppress your mental hindrances, and it can help to attain purifications of view, and it will lead to development of vipassana. So in this way, you can become arahant. Mahasi Sayadaw mentioned in this way. So there are many practitioners achieve in this way in the Visuddhimagga and in other sutta, or in Satipatthana Sutta. It mentions many people achieve enlightenment in this way. In the Satipatthana Sutta, only by practicing Iriyapada, body postures, sitting, standing, walking, lying down, yogi can develop upachara samadhi, excess concentration. And based on this excess concentration, they develop vipassana and they attain enlightenment. It is very clear that whenever Ananda practiced Kayanupassana Satipatthana, the whole night he practiced walking meditation, and early morning he just trying to be relaxed and lying down. So at that moment, he became arahant. So he practiced only Iriyabhata or Kayanupassana Satipatthana. and then he became Arahant. And the last disciple of the Buddha, Venerable Subhadda, the last disciple of the Buddha, also when Buddha was about to pre-nibbana, about to die, he came and he asked, Buddha asked him to practice meditation. So according to the instruction of the Buddha, Subhadda practiced walking meditation, and within few hours he became Arahant. Arahant. And there are many incidents mentioned in commentaries and clear comprehension section. It mentioned that concentration which develops out of Buddha nosity, recollections of the virtues of the Buddha, and they gain just basic concentration. By recollecting the virtues of the Buddha, they gain only just gain pity. So that kinds of pity, they observe again, and they understood the disappearance of pity, disappearance of happiness, and then they became enlightenment. And during the time of the Buddha, innumerable people became liberated during the course of discourse given by the Buddha, who are not skilled in jhana. Most of the people, many of them were not attained jhana, but they must have achieved Citta Visuddhi, purifications of mind, because their mind was described as Kala Citan, responsive, Mudu Citan, tender, Vinivarana Citan, free from mental hindrances, Udaga Citan, delighted or exultant, and Pasana Citta, pure. So their mind must be responsive, tender, free from mental hindrances, exultant, and pure. So it was at such a opportune moment the Buddha delivered the most sublime discourse on the Four Noble Truths: truth of suffering, truth of the origin of suffering, truth of the cessation of suffering, truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. These people attained higher knowledge as a consequence of listening to such deliverance. So yogi need to understand, even though you do not gain any jhana, your mind must be visuddhi, Citta Visuddhi, purifications of mind. The mind is responsive, tender, free from mental hindrances, exultant and pure. So at that moment, your vipassana knowledge will be developed and attain enlightenment. So that mental purification, these factors need to understand. Can you follow me? The yogi mind is responsive, tender, free from mental hindrances, exultant or delighted and pure. So that means your mind is responsive, that is, your mind is free from sensual desire. Then your mind is very healthy, your mind is very responsive to the true nature. And tender means your mind is free from depression, evil. So your mind is very tender to absorb the true nature. That is Vyavada. And then your mind is very pure because you had no doubt about the practice. You straightforward practice. So your mind is pure because you have no doubt. Your mind have no sloth and double or restlessness and remorse. So your mind is free from mental hindrances and delighted or exultant. So at that state of mind is very pure, and then you can develop vipassana very quickly and can attain enlightenment anytime. So in view of such consideration, definition given in the teaching on samadhi in terms of the four jhana should be regarded as a superlative method of description. So in the Masatipatthana Sutta, you will see Buddha mention four jhana. Four jhana is right concentration. That method should be regarded as superlative method of description. And the excess concentration, Upachara Samadhi, although described in an inferior way, may also be taken as right concentration because it can accomplish the purifications of mind. So the excess concentration has the same characteristics because it can suppress the mental hindrances as the first jhana. They are similar to have the same five factors of jhana: vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, and ekagata. Consequently, we take it that the Buddha had included both the proper access concentration and nominal access concentration under the category of the first jhana as an inferior way of definition. So for jhana, Buddha mentioned is the proper access, the superlative method and then inferior method. Both are agreeable. So you understand jhana. Jhana means closely observing an object with fixed attention. When you practice samatha meditation, anapana, concentrated attention given to the breathing in and out for tranquility concentration. You can gain samatha jhana. But now you are practicing meditation, you are noting the characteristics, nature of namarupa. You contemplate on their impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-soul nature. That is vipassana jhana. So we have to recite again, page number 2. Jhana, can you follow me? Observing closely and thoroughly is called jhana. So this is the meaning of jhana. Can you follow me? Observing closely and thoroughly is called jhana. There are two kinds of jhana, samatha jhana and vipassana jhana. Samatha jhana, only observing a fixed object is called samatha jhana. Vipassana jhana, observing the three characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta, is called vipassana jhana. There are three kinds of concentration. There are three kinds of concentration: momentary concentration, access concentration, and absorption concentration. So there are three kinds of concentration: momentary, access, and absorption or fixed concentration. Momentary in Pali is khanika samadhi, access concentration upachara samadhi, and apana concentration, absorption or fixed concentration. So momentary concentration refers to fairly calm state when you practice samatha meditation before you attain upachara samadhi. But when you practice vipassana meditation, so momentary concentrations are many. So of the two, vipassana samadhi is also called access concentration. Why vipassana samadhi is called access concentration? Because it has the same characteristics. Your vipassana samadhi can suppress the mental hindrances as access concentration. When vipassana concentration becomes strongly developed, it can keep your mind well tranquilized, just like the absorption concentration. So yogi should not be discouraged. Your vipassana concentration can keep your mind well tranquilized, just like the absorption concentration. So this has been clearly understood by the personal experience of the present yogi. When you practice, you will know, you will accept it. So in the Mahadika, the sub-commentary to the Visuddhimagga, it mentioned Khanika, Vipassana Khanika Samadhi. Vipassana momentary concentration lasts for only the duration of the moment of each arising. When Vipassana momentary concentration occurs uninterrupted with Mayameda as its meditative object, it can maintain tranquility in a single mode at a stretch. So it cannot be overcome by opposing mental defilements. So it can fix your mind immovable. It behave like absorption jhana. So accordingly, a yogi engaged in vipassana meditation and intend on developing to the path of fruition stage, what should he do? He should endeavor. He should endeavor, if possible, you try to get first jhana or second jhana or third jhana or fourth jhana or all the four jhana. It's good to gain jhana. And when having any of these jhana, yogi should train to maintain them and to be skillful with jhana. So to gain jhana is very difficult. So if you fail to gain jhana, yogi should strive to gain access concentration in the neighborhood of jhana. So for the vipassana yogi, have to begin with contemplation of mind and metta, such as four primary elements: Patwi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Earth element, water element, air element, etc. Yogi should begin with contemplation on these Namarupa four Mahabhuta. A yogi should try to become established in vipassana momentary concentration. That vipassana momentary concentration is capable of suppressing the mental hindrances, just like the access concentration. So when fully established in this way, vipassana knowledge will arise, and beginning with the analytical knowledge, analytical knowledge concerning mind and matter. So vipassana khanika samadhi, vipassana momentary concentration, and access concentration are also to be regarded as right concentration. So it is Mahasi explanation for jhana and right concentration. We'll continue tomorrow, the 5 jhana factors. We have to stop our discourse for today by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the 6 senses, by noting rising, falling, sitting, hearing, smelling continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future. So.